Sean Finnegan, you deserve the floor right now. I know you had there was a comment. There's a segment on last week's show you wanted to address real quick.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that. A lot of this will probably go over most of our viewers and listeners' heads, so if you're one of those people, just go ahead and ignore me. But for the people who it didn't fly over their heads, I actually wanted to take a moment to apologize to all of you guys. On this very show last week, I made a comment where I implied that it wasn't as easy to capture footage on PC as it was on consoles. And a lot of people found that at worst deliberately misleading and at best willfully ignorant of the current landscape of games.
Okay, so first off, I never expected that video to go viral or to end up on Reddit or to people to find it so intriguing that it would literally blow up all over the internet. But quick little recap of what happened. We all know that Sean Finnegan made some ignorant statements in regards to the ease of video recording and game capture on PC, to which I jokingly and mockingly made that little video about him, to which he later had manually deleted. Not content ID'd, but he had manually deleted. And this was actually after we had prior discussions on Twitter, to which he was talking about he wasn't doing this, he wasn't trying to do that, dropping F-bombs. As we all know, I had a Twitter screen capped, blah, 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 whatever. So again, now we have the latest podcast unlocked, and he's now apologizing. He's apologizing to, I don't know, because he's not apologizing to me. He's apologizing to the media, I guess, the gaming community, the audience, the viewers. But the funny thing is, he never apologized to me, the person whose video got removed, flagged down, and copyright striked. And that to me is weird. Why are you apologizing to everybody else when you should be apologizing to me? Now, when initially I had heard of the apology, I was like, whatever, he's not going to name me by name, he's not going to name the video. An apology is an apology. And even here we have IGN publisher statement. Tal Blevins, I'm sorry, he's the IGN publisher. He goes on to address the miscommunication, quote unquote, or whatever you want to call it, the misinformation, or what I will call the propaganda. At the end, he says, in regards to the YouTube video posted as a criticism to the Unlocked segment, we've removed the copyright strike, and I apologize for that happening in the first place. At least Mr. Blevins can address that the flagging is what needs to be apologized for. Not apologizing to the audience for spreading misinformation, but when you try to censor, flag, and copyright somebody who's clearly and factually telling you that you were wrong, that right there lies the problem. And again, Mr. Blevins says that action was not vetted through our normal process, and we're taking steps to ensure all of our employees are familiar with the proper procedure going forward. As critics ourselves, we value open, civil conversation and critiques, and we're not above admitting when we're wrong. We also respect and support the right to fair use, which we depend on ourselves every day. So this guy clearly gets it. Maybe it's PR, damage control, sweeping it under the rug, whatever. Mr. Blevins has apologized to me. Mr. Finnegan has not. And again, as you can see in this whole little segment, this piece, this post, this Reddit, whatever you want to call it, this action was not vetted through our normal process. And when you get a video that's manually deleted, well then, Mr. Finnegan, I tend to believe you had your hand in that sort of action. And while I do not believe that your apologies are sincere, I believe that they are vested in the corporate nature of your job, because when I went to your Twitter, what do I see? Oh wait, you blocked me. So, again, this guy, Mr. Blevins, is saying, as critics ourselves, we value open, civil conversation and critiques, and we're not above admitting when we are wrong. And yet here you are, being wrong, not apologizing, and at the end of the day, you blocked me. It's funny. now this whole thing doesn't seem like an apology at all. It seems like a whole corporate, let's sweep it under the rug PR statement.